employment is a major problem. Many of our workers are not enjoying social security services because they have no formal employer. Many of our graduates, about 25 to 30%, have no work. We are producing graduates in courses that are not so in demand in terms of the direction and development of our economy. We are in the age of digitalization. In fact, there are a number of professions that might lose its meaning in the near future.
Hey everyone! Welcome to the Seagulls Community Podcast. This show is built to inspire and equip you with the mindset and skills to build income, freedom, and purpose through real tactical conversations. I'm your host, June, and today's episode is about something every Filipino family is thinking about: jobs, trabajo. Because let's face it, the employment landscape is changing fast. But are we preparing our people fast enough? Joining me once again is someone who dedicated his entire career to labor development. Rotarian Ponciano Nunoy Ligutom is the former Dole Regional Director, former labor attaché, and a career executive with nearly 4 decades of experience in employment policy, workforce readiness, and labor protection. He's seen the gaps, the potential, and most importantly, the solutions. Tito Noy, welcome back to the show.
Magandang gabi po. Thank you, June, for inviting me again to your program and to your listeners. May gabi na itong tanan.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
everyone.
Tito Noy, you've worked in the labor agency for decades,
Yes, about 40 years.
for 40 years. How would you describe the current state ng employment dito sa Pilipinas?
If we ask Ibon, I think the data might not be very good, but if you ask the official statement of government, the Philippine Statistics Authority, our unemployment rate is only about 4%. But if you look at the topography about unemployment, there are so many disturbing information that we can get. For example, the underemployment rate is quite high,
Mhm.
more than 10%, about 15%. And I think the other data that we need to reflect on is that many of our graduates, college graduates, about 25 to 30% have no work. And most of those who are employed right now are in the informal sector, the gig industry,
Mm.
and I think many of our workers are not enjoying social security services because they have no formal employer. So it's not a very regular. In fact, many of our workers are not in more part of the labor force participation rate because I think many are frustrated about looking for jobs and some just would like to continue to study or to just stay uh, away from the active search for work because I think they've been frustrated that many jobs are being done but yet many still are unemployed. So it's an issue actually. Employment is a major problem, and to my mind, job is a function of investment. When I
Mm.
was with the government, I thought that, or people would think that employment will be provided by Department of Labor. No, it's not. We are more on the facilitation, but the industries are the ones who are which are producing or generating employment. So employment or job is a function of investment. An investment is a function of good governance. If we failed in terms of governance, then we will not be able to raise enough jobs. Then we might be failing our people in terms of the future.
I totally agree on that one. And Tito, it caught me by surprise. You mentioned 25% unemployed. Out of curiosity, has that number decreased or increased from the past 10 years? Kasi ako, nung nag-graduate ako, I did not experience na medyo nahirapan ako maghanap ng work. In fact, I think I got mga 6 or 5 offers na mga companies. So I'm just surprised na ganun kalaki yung unemployment. But I'm just curious, has that
4%,
changed?
the unemployment rate is the total for the country is about 4%. But if we talk of the college graduates, then we
Mm.
say that about 20-25% of the graduates are unemployed. So the data is moving up and down. So it's not growing steadily high, but there are some periods of the year that it goes down also. But in most cases, during graduation period, then definitely the unemployment would become higher because many would be looking for jobs after March or after graduation. And I think we have realized that during the pandemic, the unemployment was very high. It's very
Yeah.
high.
But has that been accounted those people that are in the gig industry?
Yes, yes, yes. They are included in the employment, in the record of employment. The 4% is composed. The majority of those are part of the gig industry. So if we include the all other sectors of the workers, if we say that it's 4%, but the quality of employment is not so good. The quality of the employment is not so good because it's not formal, it's not regular, it's informal, it's seasonal. So you don't have a continued source of income on a daily basis. So
Mm.
it's difficult. It's really difficult.
Yeah, and I agree with that kasi ako, I work with a lot of freelance right now. In fact, yung mga estudyante ko, mga freelance talaga. What I'm encouraging them is to do freelancing to build their portfolio. Kasi what I notice right now, Tito, and I don't know if you would agree on this, is that I notice headhunters now go to that gig industry to find those employees because they realize na yung mga nasa gig industry kasi gumagamit sila ng platform, one of
Mm.
those is si Upwork, they realize that yung mga reviews, yung mga feedback na nakukuha ng mga potential employees are actual reviews coming from the clients. So they
So
know that this particular person is actually capable of doing the job. So I'm campaigning for those mga freelancers that are under taking the course and students ko is that always use the freelancer as a temporary para bang milestone ba to
mm,
build your portfolio para makahanap sila ng regular work. And this is also something I'd like to ask because most of us na nasa freelancing industry, at least my students, they're on the AI and automation line ngayon or vertical. Do you think our workforce right now is prepared for this new wave of technology that is coming?
the government is very active in terms of trying to prepare our workforce to respond to the needs of the industry and to be able to see the future.
Mm.
Because there is such thing as a labor market information. One of the efforts of government is to provide information to our students, including high schools and those who are studying in college, that this we are in the age of digitalization. So hope definitely AI and the use of technology would be the need in the future. In fact, there are a number of professions that might lost its meaning in the near future,
Mm.
except for those profession that will need critical thinking, analysis, and feeling. Then it would not be easy to replace that with robots. But the non so critical and routinary work might be replaced by machines.
Mm.
So we are in the government now. We are trying to come up with a program. I say that in government because I used to be a part of this government. I'm also active in terms of promoting this concept of convergence among players in the career development industry. So we have so-called career development support program
Mm.
that is trying to bring into one umbrella the career counselors, the people who would guide the students on what courses or what profession to or courses to take up so that will be high employability in the future. and we're also bringing in the employment facilitators like the public employment service offices, so that we can also facilitate the relationship between the buyers and the sellers, because the career and the schools, the institutions, they are the producers of the products, which are the graduates.
Mm.
And the industries represented by human resource managers are the people that will provide information to the industry that these are the courses, these are the profession that will be needing in the future.
Mm.
So that's a data that will be inputted into the curriculum, so that the direction that will be set by training institutions, colleges, and universities will be making our graduates ready for employment in the future.
Yan, tama. And na-mention nyo kanina, Tito, about the low employment rate. In maybe it's because of the mismatch na ginagawa nung curriculum natin sa school versus what is really needed doon sa industry. What's the biggest mismatch dito na nakikita mo between what the company really needs versus yung skill set na meron yung mga bagong graduates ngayon?
Uh, we had some sort of a study when I was still in government. There are two major things that happened that could be the reason for the high uh, unemployment rate. One is the mismatch,
Mm.
meaning square pegs in round holes, or if there's such thing as round pegs in a square hole. And then the quality of our grades, of our graduates, is not at par with the expectations of the industries. So we
Mm.
have so many graduates who are not needed in the industry, and we are producing graduates in courses that are not so in demand in terms of the direction and development of our economy. And the other one is, even if the students are getting the right courses or profession, but when they go to the the, the 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 when the employers would search for workers, he found out that the graduates or the workers don't possess the kind of skills, attitude, and knowledge that are required by, or the demands of, the employers and the industries. So we need we need to, I think, recast, or we need to reform the curriculum, that it should be responsive to the needs of the industries, and at the same time we need to improve the quality of education. We need to improve the quality of education, because that's very important.
Very important. Totoo talaga yan. And I can remember before yung pagka-graduate ko, engineering po yung background ko.
Uh,
When I started working sa semiconductor industry, would you guess ano yung pinaka-important na skill and software na ginagamit nila doon? Excel.
Excel, ah?
And Excel is something that was not taught sa college. We know how to use it, but paano yung mga formula? How do you
Mm,
create stats? How do you
mm,
create
mm.
computations within Excel? Hindi yan tinuro sa amin. And I
Yeah.
was surprised because semicon industry yon, but then Excel pala yung heavily used na software, but it was not taught sa engineering.
Ayan ang. Yan ang sabi nating engineer, nga tama nga ang kurso, but when you go into the real world of work, your skill cannot match with the demand of the work that you will be performing. So that would be an additional cost on the part of the employer, because you have to go into additional training to equip you with the requirements of your work.
Totoo yun. And I think
Mm.
yung the best example doon sa sinasabi niyo po na mismatch
Mm.
doon sa skill set. And marami sa atin, Tito, mga bagong graduate, bata pa, they feel, number one, they feel untrained, no? Number two, they also feel underpaid. Ano po yung pwede nating ma-advise sa kanila?
I think the advice will not only be for the students or the graduates, but I think for our educators, for our institutions, for training institutions, for government, that we should be serious in what we are doing. For
Mm.
example, in the OJT program, I found out in the OJT program that some of the schools or even institutions are accepting students who will be on the job training. They are taking advantage of the manpower that is provided by the school. See, if you are a computer science student working in my office, but the need is only to file documents, then your experience will not be in accordance with the requirement of your course. So that would be unfair to you because the number of hours required for you to be with us is should be an hour or hours or days that will give you the opportunity to have experience putting the theories into action. It's a dual system, theory and practice. It should be the practice of your course when you are into the OGT program. So I think the government, CHED, or DepEd, or Department of Labor and Employment, and all institutions who are into the OGT should be serious in coming up with an agreement or a program that should provide the real experience for the students who are going into OGT.
At dapat siguro i-monitor yan ng husto ng school dahil ay naalala ko din before when I was taking internship, tama ka. I'm
Mhm.
an engineer graduate, pero yung pinagagawa ko doon is mag-file ng document,
Oh, see?
mag-record ng mga serial number ng mga computer. And I
Yan.
remember, one time, I really complained to my supervisor, "Sir, I am more capable than just doing this. Trust me with the job." Talagang sinabi ko sa supervisor ko, and if in fact if the school can help to let the students really practice what is the theory and they come into agreement on that, that would, I think that would really be very impactful tito sa learning ng mga students.
Actually, John, when I was in Region 6, we drafted an OGT manual with the participation of different universities and colleges, CHED, TESDA, DepEd, uh, and other institutions. In fact, we invited one from Siliman to share
Mm.
with us the internship program. So, because the internship program of one course in Siliman is so holistic in its approach that the exposure would really add up to the knowledge, the skills, and the values that required of the certain profession. We have that document prepared. It is a product of convergence and participation of public and private institutions. I just do not know whether it is used extensively by the people who can benefit from that output or product.
Yun, good to know na meron na palang ganun na mga initiative coming from the private sectors and also the government. And you've championed, Tito, many convergence initiatives
Yes,
between
yes.
those different institutions. What makes that kind of collaboration work?
Uh, it takes a country, it takes a community to raise a person. So the responsibility is not by one, but I think it's the responsibility of everybody to educate the person.
Hmm.
Because all the programs of government, these are all directed towards the development of our country. And the growth and development also of our workers and our people would be a combination of inputs coming from different institutions.
Hmm.
So, kung tingnan natin yung tao, mayroong ibang ahensya that which are in charge of developing your mind. There are also
Hmm.
agencies which are in charge of keeping your body fit and also your spirit. And so it should be made holistic and integrated because one agency cannot do do this. It should be a holistic and collaborative approach among private and government institutions if we really need to improve our country and to contribute to the development of our people.
Yan, natanong ko yan, Tito, kasi alam ko for each institutions, meron silang kanya-kanyang goal eh, right? Meron silang kanya-kanyang mga
Yan
objectives
ang
on that.
problema sa torping. Yan ang torping. And
Ano po yung turfing, Tito?
turf, akin ito, sa'yo yun. Sa'yo ang Tondo, sa akin ang Cavite. So, what happened one time is that, actually, John, I facilitated the formation of the career counselors all over the country.
Hmm.
We started that, and the members of this career guidance counselors are composed of people from private and public institutions. Unfortunately, one of the institutions in government form their own group and leaving the private group to their own. So
Mm.
instead of working together,
Yun.
kanya-kanya na. So I think one of the directions that being taken by the department now is to bring them back together again. Because in some regions, there are two or three institutions or organizations of career counselors. Fortunately, when I was in Region 6, I worked with the director of the Department of Education,
Mm.
and we agreed that we should not organize or divide the organization. We just maintain the group so that the information that the public counselors will get will also be the same information that will be given to the private, because we are serving the same community. We are serving the same group of people. Hindi naman masabing itong grupo ito sa private, itong grupo sa public.
Mm.
Sa atin lahat ito. So it's good that we should work together. Convergence, complementarity, and working together, I think, is the best option that we can take if we want to move forward with the different programs of government. Not only in career and in work matters, but in almost programs of government, there's a need for convergence. Tulungan tayo. Bayanihan. That's one of our core values, bayanihan. In the Visayan, we have the Kurambos,
Mm.
pitch in, 20-20. And that value is really important in terms also of an official or important programs of government to promote national development.
Yan. And not all the time possible po yung collaboration dito eh because of certain situations ba. In your experience, what can local communities do to better prepare the people locally para makakuha sila ng magandang job opportunities kahit wala silang funding na nakuha because of wala silang partnership na at the moment wala silang partnership so wala silang funding na nakukuha. Ano po yung pwede nilang gawin to develop the people locally?
If we talk of local development, I think the major responsibility is with the local government, because this
Mm.
is the organization or the formal setup government that provides the direct services to the community.
Mm.
Because people in the national offices, their thinking is generic. That's for the whole country. But if we talk of the local government units, these are the people or the local officials who are looking after the welfare of the people, and part of that is developing our manpower to provide workers to the industries that are becoming soon.
Mm.
If in case, for example, we are inviting investors to our community, then the local government should be able to work with different institutions, public or private, so that our people will be prepared in the coming of these industries. Because if we do not prepare our people, then we have to hire people from other provinces. So that
Mm.
will be the leak. It will be a leak of the in terms of money that will be generated by that investment. Instead of that money will be staying in our community, that will be brought to the province where the workers will be coming from. So
Mm.
that will not be very beneficial to our country, but our locality. But if majority of the workers are coming from this place, then that money will circulate and will create demand
Mm.
to produce goods and services for our people. Because if you have salary now, because investments are coming in, instead of asking your spouse to do massage for you, you have to go to the blind masseur or the place where you have to pay. So that will create uh, uh,
Activity.
activity that will produce perks into the economy. And movement of money is good for the economy.
Mm. And tama yung sinabi niyo Tito, agree ako dun 100% na kung tayo locally meron tayong capability to invite investors, to capture those people na pwedeng mag-invest dun sa locality. Wag na natin antayin yung national government to make the move. Simulan na natin agad. And alam naman natin yung gobyerno, maraming mga project and yung mga tao, lagi nilang sinasabi, especially ngayon na hindi daw nila nararamdaman yung impacts ng mga projects na yon. Ano po ba yung missing part do'n sa approach? Ano po ba yung sa tingin niyo is kulang do'n sa approach? Ba't ba hindi nafi-feel ng mga tao yung mga projects na yun?
Uh, Mahirap namang hindi ko naman masabing nalaman ko ang lahat, but I think yung sabi ko nga that investment is a function of governance.
Mm.
Sino bang mag-invest sa isang lugar kung maraming kidnapping at maraming bombings? Who will invest in the community or in your place when the roads are not good, when the source of power is not good, the source of water is not good?
Mm.
Sino bang mag-invest sa community na communication ay hindi maganda? So, kung ang product mo ay itlog, doon ka sa lugar na lubak-lubak ang kalsada, paano mo dalhin yung itlog mo? Breakage ang gawa dyan.
Mm.
Oh. So, it is a combination of all the work because, for example, peace and order, it has to be done by the police. If you talk of good governance, justice system should be good so that investors would not be afraid to come in because if there are problems, the
Yeah.
justice system is good. And for example, the promotion of investments, should be easy for the people to invest and dapat walang masyadong maraming ginagawa. And I think it, mayroon ng batas, di ba? Ease of doing business because we've realized that many of the investments are not coming to us because it's very difficult to invest if you have so many requirements to comply. So it is it is a function of governance. So local government or the government has a major responsibility of letting our people feel that they care for the people.
Mm. And you've been in the government Tito working for decades, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you've worked with several agencies as well. I'd just like to pick your brain, Tito ba? If you were to design a roadmap, a 10-year roadmap to develop employees and to develop employment and to make it better, ano po yung top 3 priorities nyo na gagawin if you were to design that roadmap?
Mahirap yun ha. Parang pang Mr. Universe na tanong yun. I think there must be a good framework for people, both private and government, to work together so that they will be able to come up with program, projects, and activities that will be geared towards the promotion or the development of manpower. And I think, for example, the local government can come up with a committee that
Mm.
will be composed of people coming from different industries, from the education, from the business, and other institutions, and help the government or help the local government in terms of identifying programs that will be supportive of the local development projects of this locality. And maybe number two is I think we should be electing responsible people, the leaders who will be the policy makers. And the third one will be I think we have to hire the people who are also good in terms of because iba yung policy makers, iba yung workers, but iba yung framework na doon tayo magtrabaho because it has to be complete. Good framework, good leaders, and good workers. Maybe these three can form a tripartite approach in terms of coming up with programs to support the development of a certain community.
Ang ganda dun. So, yung program would be based on good framework, good leaders, and good workers.
Ayun, executives.
Napakaganda. And last na lang dito, manghingi kami ng tips sa inyo and advice. Doon po sa mga naapektuhan ng unemployment, those people that are really struggling to find a work, ano po yung ma-advise niyo po sa kanila?
Education to me is a very important aspect in terms of looking for a bright future. And education doesn't mean only that you have to go to school, but I think you have to develop three major things in life. You have to have enough knowledge, and its knowledge should be converted into skills in producing something. And there must be something that will blend them together These are the positive values of people: honesty, integrity, compassion, understanding, creativity, uh, innovativeness. So, knowledge, skills, and values. Then people should look for these three so that when an opportunity comes, then you are prepared. As I shared to you earlier in the first episode that we had, that success is a combination of opportunity and preparation. So that preparation should be made and prepared by having the knowledge, the skills, and the proper attitude.
Napakaganda nun. So, in summary, knowledge without execution is nothing. And you have to always accumulate those knowledge para maging prepared kayo whenever that work opportunity comes. Napakaganda. That's it for today's episode, and I hope this conversation has helped answer some of the questions you have about job and employment. And if this conversation has sparked something in you, whether it's a new idea, a shift in perspective, or even just a little more hope, let us know in the comments down below. And if you're someone who wants to upskill so you could take care of your family, check out the links in the description below. I offer free courses just for you. Again, this is your host, June. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan, and I'll see you on the next one.